It is officially winter here in North Idaho, and it looks beautiful.
Got our first snow of the year this morning, which is the perfect time to start doing a little bit of gardening. Huh? What do you say?
It's the perfect time to start gardening. So tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and so we are going to get all of our seeds planted before we get those turkeys roasting.
Wow.
So last week we set up our whole indoor grow operation.
Don't call it a grow operation. It sounds super sus, as the kids like to say.
It's medicinal.
Super sus. Veggies only.
Veggies only.
That's right.
Some devil's lettuce.
Just Jesus lettuce. No devil's lettuce.
This whole operation is Jeremy's, so if you're going to call the fuzz, call it on him.
Do not point the finger in this direction. Former law enforcement officer, this medicinal veggie grow operation, as she keeps referring to it as.
I just think it sounds more professional.
It's Melissa.
It's just salad and herbs.
I'm going to time out my wife here.
Saying it's just herbs
Don't
doesn't make it any better. So we got everything set up last week, and this week we are setting up our fans, and then we're going to get all of our seeds started so that we can finally get growing.
Veggies only.
Veggies only.
So we told you guys last week with starting this grow room build out, we have everything we need in this 12 by 12 foot shed. We have power, water, we have our lights running, obviously some ventilation, but I want to be circulating the air that we do have in here so things aren't getting stagnant. That's the reason that we're mounting a couple of fans up on the walls. In the meantime, Melissa's going to be getting our seed trays all set up. We're using a grow technique that we've actually never done before. We're using some rock wool cubes in order to get all of our seeds started, and then this little closet back in the corner is where all of our seedlings are going to take root and take off. Hopefully.
Little seed nursery back there.
Seed nursery back there. So I'm going to get going with these fans, and she's going to start working on that.
I just want to make sure.
I got it, Melissa.
Your butt is right in my face.
You know what?
Memories and worn out shoes. Every winding road we wander through. When your heart is beating next to mine, there's no telling what our feet can find. Open up and listen to the morning like a song carried on the breeze. We spend all this time chasing the horizon. Now we see all of these days stretching out before us. All these places here within our reach. Don't know where we go from here. You could take me anywhere, 'cause anywhere is where I wanna be.
To get started with planting, we are first going to get our rock wool cubes soaking. So these need to soak for about 30 minutes before we can actually plant, and then to get them nice and
Moist, some might say. Saturated and moist.
Yeah, saturated.
Yeah.
So this is a really cool system. It is a soilless planting medium. Sounds very fancy. But basically it means we're not going to be using any soil to plant our plants or to get them started, because we don't want soil in the roots that are going to go into our garden tower.
Whoa.
And clogging up our pump.
Yeah, it's totally hydroponic, and because we aren't using any soil, all of the plant nutrients will actually come from some liquid additives that we will put into our water. They get pumped through the system, and that's how they grow.
Yeah.
We're about to get a real Bill Nye the Science Guy on you here for a second. We have a brand new pH meter, and that's because all the water that we use for planting, since we're doing this hydroponically, it's very important that we have the proper pH for whatever plants we are taking care of. We have 3 different solutions here. One is neutral, one is a base, and one is acidic. So we're going to go through this entire process, get this calibrated, and we'll finally get our rock wool soaking. All right, our gauge has been calibrated, and we're testing the water we're going to be using, and this is all filtered water that came from our Berkey because we are so high in iron and a lot of other contaminants. Currently, we're at 8.1 for pH, and we need to be down between 5.5 and 6. So we have a couple different solutions here provided by Tower Garden. One is a pH up, the other is a pH down. We're going to be using just the down unless we go too far, in which case we have to bump it back up. So we'll get things dialed in here and get going with our planting process.
This little pH gauge is going to be our best friend, because we're going to be checking our pH a lot in our garden towers. Probably at least weekly, but more than that. We learned that pH is very, very important for having a successful garden.
Makes a huge difference. It really does.
Yeah, it does. So you could have two different things planted in one garden bed and something might be thriving and something else is alive, but it's not looking great. And it's because the two things probably have different pH, and then the pH might be great for one plant and not for the others. So we're going to start with leafy greens. They like to be at about a 5.5 to a 6 range. And so we're going to try to get our water in that range for planting the seed.
Chemistry, science.
We
Really makes me wish I'd paid attention in high school.
I was going to say we should have paid more attention in high school. Our rock wool cubes have been soaking for 30 minutes now, and they're all saturated and they're ready to go. So we're going to plant one tower at a time. There are 7 layers. There's 7 layers, and there's 4 little baskets per layer, which means 28 plants per tower.
Math be mathin'.
Math be mathin'. But each little basket is actually capable of holding 2 or 3 plants because you're going to harvest all these plants when they're small. You want everything to be more of a tender microgreen. Otherwise, they get kind of leggy, reaching for the light, and then the roots can get weird. So you're supposed to harvest them when they're pretty small. So we're going to have a significant amount of lettuce. Now, Jeremy wants it to look beautiful and artsy. So he has an idea that he wants it to spiral up with red lettuce.
Yeah, cool pattern.
And
it's a cool opportunity. These things are very unique, and I want it to look a certain way because I'm OCD like that.
Sure. I mean, I think that originally it's going to be like that. And then as we start replanting, we're going to see how practical that is. So the bottom layer is going to be this blue Scottish kale. And then we're going to spiral in the most artistic way possible.
Yeah.
Some red rosas, tender leaf lettuce, and some black seeded Simpson, which is my favorite green lettuce. It's really soft. It's kind of like a butter crunch. And then we're also going to be doing some spinach as well in between. So 2 to 3 seeds per pod, and then we're going to let those grow to be about 2 inches tall. And then at that point, they will be transplanted into our garden towers.
Now, if anybody out there is wondering what this cool little planting kit Melissa is using is actually called, this also came from Tower Garden, and it is referred to as the Germinator, which was Melissa's nickname for me when we were dating, right?
It's what I'd still call you if you get on board.
Right. The Germinator. Look at the focus. Look at the concentration.
This is science.
As Melissa continues on with her planting project back here, let's give you a quick overview of exactly how these tower gardens work. So on the very bottom of each one of these is a 20-gallon basin full of that pH water that we're going to get set up. There's a pump within that basin. It pushes water through a cylinder that is on the middle of this entire tower. It goes all the way up here to what is referred to as a shower cap. That shower cap actually disperses the water, and everything kind of rains down the center of this tower, hitting the roots of each individual plant, which are set up in these tiny little baskets. Again, they pick up all their nutrients and hydration from the water as it cascades down, and then it's on an intermittent switch which will cycle off and on throughout the day. I think it goes off every 15 minutes. Is that right, Mama?
Yep, every 15 minutes.
So she's getting set up primarily with greens. In the summertime, we do have the option of pulling these outside, which I want to do. We won't need the lights for that, obviously, because we'll have the sun. But I'd like to do some cabbages. Melissa said no to cabbages this go around. But if we're up to me, we'd have big balls of cabbage up and down this thing.
You just like the way they look, but you can buy cabbage at the grocery store for $1.99, you know? So
yeah, they're cheap, but it's so cool looking when you see them in a tower. I saw some online, which is what made me want to do it. Also, we really like kimchi. Melissa has made her own kimchi over the years, so we might grow some additional just Asian cabbage in the summertime, or maybe later in the winter, so that we can get set up next year with a whole bunch of kimchi.
We already have Asian Cabbage Patch Kids.
Okay.
The next step is going to be adding vermiculite over the top of all of the seeds. Vermiculite is often added to soil to retain moisture, but in this case, we're going to be using it sort of as our soil, and it's going to hold moisture against the seeds so that it can germinate. So we're going to cover all of the seeds with our vermiculite, and then we will get it watered in. Now these are going to sprout pretty quickly, but we should have plants in about 2 to 3 weeks that we can put in our garden tower. So for now, we're just gonna get them watered. We're gonna stick them on the heating mat, and then we're gonna wait. I think I'm just really hungry, but it sort of looks like teriyaki containers.
It does look like teriyaki. All right, Mama. Let those things grow. Snow tonight?
I think so.
One app says 1 inch, the other one says 6. Let's see what we get.
All right, so thank you for the kisses. We're gonna get the big man to bed because it's story time and then it's bedtime, right? So as a educator and as a mom, I really believe in the importance of reading to your children as soon as you can and for as long as you can to instill that love of learning and literature and reading. But it's difficult to find good books that you can trust nowadays. There's a lot of hidden agenda and a lot of not so hidden agenda in a lot of kids' books. So we've been reading all the Freedom Island books with Brave Books. You guys know we partnered with Brave to write Made to Be Ludo. So I already really trusted the company because we do the Book of the Month Club, and I know that they partner with some really great people like Bethany Hamilton and Riley Gaines, our friend Kurt Cameron, which is what we're reading tonight. And then their books focus on faith and family and freedom and liberty, and every single one teaches a great, healthy, inspiring moral, which I really, really appreciate. So Mike is zonked out about halfway through the story, which is okay. We'll finish it tomorrow. But when you guys sign up for the Brave Book of the Month Club for Christmas, you not only give your child or grandchild a wonderful gift that keeps on giving year round, you're going to have a book in time to give them for Christmas to start their subscription off. You're also going to get free access to the Brave Plus streaming platform, which is a great resource when you just need 15 or 20 minutes to get some stuff done. You're also going to get a free copy of Made to Be Ludo. They are also going to be donating an additional $20 for every single subscription sold to the Childhood Cancer Coalition. They literally never stop giving. They're such a wonderful company to support this Christmas. So to check them out, all you have to do is click our link down below or go to bravebooks.com/GSL and get a gift worth giving this holiday season. So I think I'm gonna get this little guy down for the night. You don't like this tree? It's yucky? What don't you like about it? He doesn't like the way it feels. Okay, it's officially Thanksgiving and our tree is up. Now we're not decorating it because we're not complete weirdos. We are gonna wait till our turkey is in the fridge and then we're gonna turn this place into the North Pole. But until then, we have a lot of cooking to do. The boys are gonna play football and they're gonna watch football and they're gonna stay out of the kitchen, and the girls are going to be experimenting with a few new recipes this year because Nevaeh and I are on this no fun diet. So we're gonna be making some gluten-free from scratch stuffing, and we'll make the traditional stuff as well. And then instead of regular mashed potatoes, Nevaeh and I are gonna be making sweet potatoes that are gonna be dairy-free and gluten-free, and we're very excited about them. I think this is gonna be impossible. Okay, our gluten-free stuffing looks fantastic. I did thyme, rosemary, parsley, onion, celery, our gluten-free bread, a little bit of grass-fed butter, and a tiny bit of turkey bone broth. So this is all celiac safe. I think this stuffing is gonna rock. If this stuffing turns into Play-Doh, I'm gonna be sad. And okay, still mushing potatoes.
Working on these potatoes for like 20 minutes.
Hours later.
We're just trying to make them mimic the regular thing.
Mashed sweet potato.
Getting pretty close.
Looks good. Okay, we are almost ready to eat. I just pulled our stuffing out. Look at that. Gluten-free stuffing, and it's not regular stuffing, but it does taste pretty good. And I'm very excited because stuffing is my favorite thing.
Yeah, you literally do.
Amazing meal. And please continue to watch over our family and keep us happy, healthy together. Amen.
It's so good.
Thank you, Mama.
I watch the snow come down. I watch the snow come down. And it falls quietly. And it leaves nothing out. And I watch the snow come down. And I feel it in the air. I feel it in the air. Oh, this time ago, memories we share. I can feel it in the air. And I've heard it in the trees. I've heard it in the trees. It's the gentle sound.
Micah, are we having a good time?
Micah's having a difficult time because he thinks all of the Christmas decorations are teething toys and he wants to rip them apart. So he's not loving having to look and not touch. This is going to be a very interesting season. Baby's first Christmas. I know. Baby's first Christmas is always iffy. Nevaeh, on her first Christmas, pulled the tree over not once but twice, breaking most of the heirloom ornaments. The other kids have never pulled the tree over, but I got my money's on this guy because he is curious and he is crawling and he is fast.
I was young when I heard. I opened the book and read the words. Stories of
So this was an Amazon find that I'm very excited about. They are rubber novelty. So we're gonna gather these off the floor and we're gonna show you how cute these are.
And the wise men came, and the angels sang hallelujah.
Just take that little plant down.
'Cause far
We should take
away
pictures every year where stuff goes.
was born a little child, far away. The savior of mankind, the prince of peace, the king of kings, born in a manger, far away. Seems a little closer today.
Okay, that may or may not have taken all day, but we have one last thing to do and it's the tree. Okay, everybody get your favorites and make sure we spread out the colors. And also don't hang everything right in the front at the bottom. Oh, and don't put anything breakable at the bottom because of Micah. It's finally here, our most favorite time of the year. Now we like to decorate early, watch all the movies at least 3 times each, listen to all the music, and bake everything. I like to watch my children exist in the moments that they will always think back of when they remember growing up here. Because although today it's my job, one day they will become the keepers of the traditions. So for now, I will repeat the holiday practices that my mom taught me and her mom taught her, and that one day they will teach to their own. And of course, we form some new ones along the way. We all pick our favorite ornaments that all hang on the family tree now. But one day, they'll hang on 5 separate trees. And I thank God for yet another year here in this house, with all of them together under the same roof. Now, I don't know what Christmas time will look like in 5 or 10 or 20 years, but for tonight, it's perfect. Busy, messy, normal, and perfect.